Good evening and welcome to high school girls basketball here on Extreme Basketball Game on our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. So you can watch the game and listen to the audio stream at the same time. This is Grant Regional Health Center, People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball along with Wolf Construction. And welcome to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersections of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Well, coming up on the pregame show, we'll take a deep dive look at both of these positioning in the upper hierarchy of the SWAL Conference so far for both of these teams. We'll take a look at where they stand, what they've done to this point, and what the rest of the season looks like for both of these clubs. A matchup of two of the top three teams in the SWAL Conference in high school girl family dental, and of course, also our Russell Law Office injury report. All of that and more coming up. It's Darlington at Cuba City in girls high school basketball here on Extreme 107.1 and streaming on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And welcome back to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show here on the X Extreme 107.1 and X107.1 booth. And tonight's feature matchup, the Darlington Redbirds at Cuba City in SWAL Conference girls basketball. Let's take a deep dive look at the visiting Darlington Redbirds so far this season. They come in number of losses, 12-4 for Darlington, 11-4 for Cuba City. They do, though, have one more conference loss than the Cubans, who are undefeated so far in the SWAL. Darlington is 6-1, and they're tied technically for second place in conference with Mineral Point. However, Mineral Point does have the head-to-head tiebreaker with them. Absolute dominant win against Monroe, 65-22. That was in Darlington. And then they beat Riverdale 43-33 and River Valley 54-29 before that in a SWAL SWC cross. In Mineral Point technically tied with Darlington for second in the SWAL at 6-1 conference-wise, but Mineral Point dominated that game 50-34 over Darlington at Mineral Point High School back in Darlington when they host Mineral Point. But tonight they get their first crack at Cuba City, who, as we said, is undefeated in the SWAL. We'll take another time out on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show and be back right after this on
Wisconsin cheese curds. And there's no better way to treat yourself than our creamy, fresh, frozen cuts.
Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, with locations in Dubuque, Galena,
and Platteville. Start 2024 off right this year. It's the Start Something New sales event at Turpin Motors. Receive 1.9% APR financing on select models, plus savings of up to $20,000 on Ram and Jeep trucks. Check out the savings on a new 2024 Ram 3500 Tradesman Crew Cab, portals and requirements. Treat yourself to the best new year during the Start Something New sales event. Now at Turpin Dodge Ram and Jeep, JFK and Dodge Street in Dubuque.
Pre-game 2.
Welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Our feature matchup tonight here on Extreme 107.1. Cuba City at Darlington in Swalways, 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. We were talking about Darlington earlier. The Redbirds come in with a 12-4 mark overall. Actually, one more win than Cuba City, who's 11-4. But they have one more loss in the Swall, as Darlington is 6-1 in conference play, tied for second with us. Let's take a look at Cuba City and what they have done up until this point in the season, because again, they have that perfect 7-0 mark in conference play, and they're going to face a good test here tonight against this Darlington Redbird team, which they haven't played yet through those 7 conference games. No games, a win streak, wins against Poynette, Boscobel, at Riverdale, at Southwestern, and then most recently, last Thursday, January 18th, against Fenimore here at Cuba City High School. And the Cuba City Cubans come in again. Tonight, Darlington's lone conference loss was against Mineral Point, and that was a game that Mineral Point really, quite frankly, dominated. It was at Mineral Point High School, and the Pointers won it 50-34, so a pretty dominant win. Gap is, again, this is the first of 2 matchups between Cuba City and Darlington here down the stretch. Should be a good one tonight. We'll continue our Raleigh Cheese pregame. More after this here on Extreme 107.1. Our game tonight also streaming
Bluetooth. Deciding who controls the music. Remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering
Argyle if auto owners make sense for you.
These days, making your vehicle look right after an accident can be more challenging. Tim Thane with Abra Auto Body shares how Abra excels in this process.
We have certified technicians, all the best tools you could ever ask for. All of our technicians are ICAR certified. We'll pretty much repair anything you have.
Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota, when you're ready.
Pre-game 3.
Welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. High school girls basketball as Grant Regional Health Center, People's State Bank coverage. Darlington at Cuba City in a Swall showdown between the first show with a look at our colors of the game and our Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup, along with our injury report. That's brought to you by Russell Law Offices. That's coming up right after this final timeout on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. And we'll be back right after this here on Extreme 107.1. This.
In Game 1.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
This is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. Dubuque Mattress was voted best place to buy a mattress for many reasons, but one of them was best price. I personally guarantee that Dubuque Mattress is 10 to 40% less than any other mattress store in town. Find us on Highway 20 directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory.
Wrap up with our Fuller's Milker Center starting lineup. First, though, our injury report. It's brought to you by Russell Law Offices. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help get you the compensation you deserve. Visit Russell. The starters first for the visiting Darlington Redbirds. And they are number 2, Ava Hendrickson. She is a 5'8 senior. Also number 4, Eliza Johnson. He is a 5'1 sophomore. And number 20, Jaden Evenstad, a 5'9 sophomore. And now let's take a look at the starters for the host Cuba City Cubans. A 5'7 sophomore guard. Number 15, Summer Rogers, a 5'10 junior forward. Number 22, Olivia Olson, 5'7 junior guard. And number 31, Alexis Rundy, a 5'8 junior forward. Colors of the game for dental needs. We take you to center court for the tip. The colors, Cuba City in their home white uniforms with gold numbers, lettering, and trim. And Cuba City wins the tip. Darlington in their road black uniforms with red numbers, white lettering, driving baseline left, draws a foul, and does not score the bucket, but she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Cuba City. So a quick dribble drive by Olivia Olson, and the foul charge to Aubrey McCarthy, number 13 of Darlington, her first. Olson again, a 5'7 junior guard. Second free throw. Back of the iron, no good. She misses both, surprisingly. And it's still scoreless. 17:38 just underway here in the first half. Darlington basketball controlling up near rebound. Taken by Cuba City. Outlet pass up ahead and slashing the lane. Number 10, that's Ashley Rowe, misses. The putback no good. Another offensive rebound for Cuba City, and we got a reach in. Or did somebody step out of bounds? I think we have a reach-in foul on Darlington. And Cuba City will inbound baseline left. Taking the inbound, Olson shoots a 3, drains it. So she misses her first 2 free throws, but then drains a 3-pointer left wing, and it's 3-0 Cuba City. 7 to Evenstad. Jaden Evenstad will cross over dribble. Top of the key, and it's stripped away by Olson. Olson now looking to push the tempo the other way. Crosses the timeline, sets up top of the key for the Cuba City offense. 3-0 here on Extreme 107.1. 3 by Olson. Left side, missed that one. Rims out. Rebound taken by Darlington. It's Aubrey McCarthy. She'll outlet up ahead to Gable. And now up top of the key. Controlling the point. It is Darlington. Cuba City gets the ball right back. 3-0, Cuba City on top. Olson again brings the ball up here for the Cubans. Swings it left side. That's Rowe. Drives into the corner, gets to Christ. Now out top of the key. They rotate over to Olson. Up in the lane. Drop pass. And we have a whistle. And what do we have here? Somebody must have stepped out of bounds or a 3-second violation. It'll be a turnover on Cuba City. So they did a pass down low to Alexis Rundy. She turns it over. Darlington ball. Still 3-0 for joining me tonight. Our game also streaming on our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel, so you can watch the action. Blocked shot by Olivia Olson. Might have been a pass, actually. But now Olson leads the break the other way. Slashes the lane. Layup, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Olson comes up with it. Now kicks it out. Rowe, 3. Dribbles in. Now kicks to the corner. That is to Maddie Gratz. Gratz in the lane, throws up the shot. High off the glass, missed it. Rebound Christ for the Cubans. 3-0 Cuba City. 14:57 to play. Both teams struggling a bit offensively here. And a screen set for Olson. Dribbles left off of it, missed it. 5-0. Darlington back the other way. It is Maddie Gratz, stops left wing. Now they rotate to Evenstad on the right wing, and she drains it for 3. That's Jaden Evenstad's first bucket, first basket for Darlington. 5-3, Cuba City on top of Darlington. Swall Midwest One Bank bank shot. You'll always score more, simply better banking. Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. Chris now with 4 points. 7-3, Cuba City by 4. 14:03 to play first half. Darlington ball in the corner controlling. Number 12, Zoe Zuberbuehler. She'll kick it back out. McCarthy drives in. Nowhere to go. Back out. 3-pointer. Right wing. That one's off the back of the iron. No good by Gable. Gable gets it back. Now kicks to the corner. Little head fake by McCarthy. Kicks it out. A long 3. no good, fired by Gratz. Rebound ripped away by Rowe. She leads the away was McCarthy. Outlet to Gratz. Gratz is bumped. No foul called. Gives it back to Gable. Gable drives the lane, then threw it away. Not a good pass. It was picked off by D. Christ. Back the other way, Olsen. Olsen down the lane. Nice drop pass underneath. And court vision by Olivia Olsen, amongst other things that her attributes are. Gable drives in, kicks underneath, reverse layup by Evenstad, missed it. Rebound boarded up by Rogers for Cuba City. Gives it back to Olsen. Olsen dribbles left. Takes it, kicks down, and falls, and it's 12-3. 2 threes now for Olsen. She's got 6 points. Gratz pushes it back up here for the Redbirds. She's double teamed in the corner. Now kicks it out, and we have a timeout taken on the floor. Of 19 remaining in the first half. Actually, we're going to keep it here. And thanks some of our fine sponsors tonight. They include the folks at Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. Call the only hooker in town for 24-hour towing service. 568-3014. That's 568-3014. Since 1934. Check them out at fnbdarlington.com or find them on Facebook. That's First National Bank of Darlington, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. 12-19 remaining. It's basketball. Cuba in first place in the conference. Darlington tied for second with Mineral Point. Inbounding in front of the Cuban bench, it is Darlington throwing it in. It'll be Sadie Gable, or Goebel rather, excuse me, and gets it in to Maddie Gratz. Up and under shot, and got the roll. Good touch by Sadie Goebel. Her first bucket, and it's 12-5 Cuba City. Top of the key, Olsen has it here for the Cubans. Entry pass to Christ. We have a foul. So Christ picks up her first personal, teams first. Still 12-5 Cuba City. Darlington basketball, dribbling it up. It is Evenstad. Kicks to Goebel, 3, right side. Darlington, though, pulling within 4. Olsen taking her time, top of the key, now swings it off left side to Ingersoll. Allie Ingersoll, who just checked in, to Christ, over to Olsen. Olsen on the right wing, passes it back up to Wegman. Taken by Goebel, and she is fouled underneath by Allie Ingersoll of Cuba City. Sub comes in, back into the game for the Cubans. It's Ashley Rowe. She'll check in for Summer Rogers, I believe. First half. And Evenstad, crossover dribble, crosses the timeline. Kicks to the corner, 3, in and out, no good. Fired by Nasia Ninjenko. Back the other way, Olsen, left hand, off the glass, scores. Beautiful touch. And that is a top of the key, Gratz, a little head fake. Rotated over to Goebel. Goebel looking for a backdoor pass, gets it, and we have a foul as she found Nasia Ninjenko, who will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. And the first free throw, good. Hit the back of the rim, but then falls down. And Jaco, a sophomore for the Redbirds. Chris checks out for Cuba City. Second free throw is good. Pulling Emily Wegman for the Cubans. Gives it up top of the key to Rowe. Ashley Rowe working one-on-one. Drives in, dishes to the corner. Good three-point look. Hitting the side iron, though, and missing is Ingersoll. Rebound, Redbirds. Outlet pass, Gratz, Inson. 3, right wing, Rowe, in and out, no good. And we have a whistle and a foul. I think that's the second personal on Allie Ingersoll on a box out. They get her on an over the back. So Ingersoll may be coming out of the game here. And she will. 58 to play, first half, Redbird ball. And Evenstad brings it up the floor for Darlington. Looking to attack the lane, puts it up and scores. Right down Broadway, Jaden Evenstad for 2. 5 points for her, 14-12. Cuba City, three-pointer the other way is no good. But Savannah Krieger, who on Evenstad, looks to attack, dishes. Open 3 look, right side, no good. That one fired by Wegman, rebound Darlington. And the Redbirds off and running. It's Evenstad again. Kicks to the corner. Goebel for 3. Got it! unconventional three as far as the way the shot trajectory, with the way it popped out and then came back down. Now Olsen drives to the lane, draws the foul, and she'll be shooting two. Missed the shot, but 2 shots for Olivia Olsen coming up. Olsen, though, Darlington has taken a 1-point lead now. First free throw is good. Just as soon as I say that, the game is now tied. Back into the game here. It is Alexis Rundy for Cuba City. One more free throw for Olsen here. Cuba City. Goebel brings the ball up here, up the floor for Darlington. Hands it off. Here's a pass to Evenstad in the corner. It's tied up with Olivia Olsen. Jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Darlington. The baseline here for the Redbirds. 16-15 Cuba City. Inbound pass is taken by number 24. That's Layla Norgard. Over to Goebel. Back out to Norgard. Thought about a three, little head fake drive. Cuba City. 17-16. Darlington by 1. Full timeout taken. We'll take a timeout as well. 8:30 remaining first half. Back after this on Extreme 107.1 and our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel.
In game 2.
24/7, 365. Myers Heating and Cooling is your trusted heating and cooling in Lancaster. Don't worry, we got this.
For residential, commercial, or ag building projects, call on Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster. Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf Construction LLC of Lancaster, proud to back our local athletes.
Save for active families. Save today on the Peyton Vinyl Flooring Collection. It's available in 2 styles and features an attached pad for easy installation. Right now, Peyton Vinyl Plank Flooring is only $139 per square foot. Trust Menards for all your flooring needs.
Cuba City has the ball out of the timeout. Olivia Olsen, their point guard, brings it up the floor. Darlington leading Cuba City girls basketball by a point, 17-16. But the Cubans have it out of the timeout. Here comes a quick pass, just a handoff to Alexis Run. Rebound Darlington. McCarthy got it underneath for the Redbirds. Bringing the ball up the floor. Norgard kicks to the corner to Goebel. Three-pointer, missed it. Rebound, out of bounds. The City. A couple subs come in for the Cubans. Off the bench, Emily Wegman and Dee Christ. Here comes the inbound pass to Norgard. Goebel gets it. Passes underneath to Njeko. Now in the lane, losing it with Zuber. Rowe, got it. Ashley Rowe's first three, and Cuba City back up by 2, 19-17. 7:28 to go in the half. Goebel across the timeline, spin move, dishes it off to McCarthy. McCarthy dribbles in. Now it does reach-in foul on Wegman. And non-shooting foul, so Darlington will inbound from the baseline. Gratz to inbound the ball here for Darlington. 19. Lost her dribble. Kicks it back out now to Gratz. Gratz, top of the key. Passes it down. And Njeko just about had it stripped away. Here comes a pass down to Gratz. Left corner, City. So, Cuba City ball. Looks like Jaden Evenstad checking in off the bench for the Redbirds. 19-17, Cuba City by 2 with 6:47 to play in the first half. Olivia Olsen, top of the picked off by McCarthy of Darlington. She'll give it back to Evenstad, who directs traffic from the top of the key. Passes off to Gratz, left wing into the corner in Njeko. She'll drive, now kick back out to Gratz. Left wing. Gratz backs her way down. Backdoor pass, Norgard. That'll give the ball back to Cuba City. Be her first. Team foul number 3 on Darlington in the first half. Cuba City with 5 so far. Inbound pass taken by Cuba City on top. Ball poked away. Good pressure defense by Naija and Njeko. Cuba City will have to re-inbound it, and taking it again is Ashley Rowe. Rowe out on the left wing. Oh, she now has 7 points, 21-17 Cuba, and that's got to be a carry. Yep. Turnover on Gratz for Darlington. She dribbled it a little bit too high. Notice that a few times tonight. But that's Savannah Krieger who knocks that one down for the Cubans. Her first bucket. Cuba City up 24-17. Almost a steal. Now it is stolen. Rowe gets the steal, gives it out to Olson. Cut off at the free throw line. Now back out to Rowe. She'll stop and pop for three. Top of the 10 for Cuba City. 27-17 over Darlington with 5:21 to go in the half. Back after this on Extreme 107.1 and our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Grant Regional Health Center's newest clinic location in Fenimore, Dr. David Casillas Plazola, Dr. Ron White, and Brian Quick, PAC. In addition to primary care, our clinic offers lab, radiology, and rehabilitation services. For appointments, call 608-723-2131. Grant Regional Community Clinic, Fenimore. Experience.
Dive into savings with up to $1,500 in instant manufacturer rebates and explore special 36-month financing options. Your dream spa, crafted by you, is now more attainable than ever. Bullfrog Spas brings you the freedom of choice with their unique jetpack technology. Visit Massed Water Technology in Platteville.
27-17, 10-point advantage Cuba City over Darlington with 5:21 to go till halftime. Girls basketball here on Extreme 107. Ball tipped out of bounds on the in-conference play. They'll try to inbound again, throwing it in. Norgard gets it in. Ball tipped and stolen by Cuba City. It was stolen by Wigman. Gets it out to Olson. Dribble drive, and she scores on a floater. 29-17 Cuba City. Now Darlington finally Bregman is the guilty party underneath. And indeed she is. Wegman picks up her second, team's sixth. And Norgard to shoot two. First one is good. And Rogers back in for Cuba City. One more free throw for Lila Norgard, junior for the Redbirds. Second free throw, no good, but we have a lane violation, it looks like. Second attempt, or third actually, is good. 29-19. Cuba City on top of Darlington. Here comes the dribble drive and a runner, good. Pressured, bringing it up, it's Evenstad. Quick outlet pass up ahead to Johnson, who is fouled. It's either Rowe or Rogers. It's going to be on Rowe. Johnson at the line. First half, no good. Rebound, Olson for Cuba City. Olson weaving through traffic, but they call her for a carry. And the ball goes back to Darlington. That'll be turnover number 4 on Cuba City in the half, and looks like she's going to inbound the basketball for Darlington. 31-19, Cuba City on top, 4:38 to go in the first half. Inbound taken by Evenstad. Evenstad passes off to Norgard. And ball picked off top of the key by Rowe. So Ashley Rowe to shoot 2 here. And Jaco charged with her first. First free throw is good by, she comes in for Norgard. Second free throw, good. 33-19, Cuba City, 4:25 to play. First half, Darlington's out of bounds. Inbounding for the Cubans, it is Krieger. Gets it up to Olson. Olson met by a double team. Looks like kind of a 2-3 zone being thrown now by the Redbirds defensively. Rowe, left side off of screens. Last touched by Cuba. Darlington basketball. 33-19, Cuba City on top, 3:58 to go here in the first half. Taking the inbound, it's Goebel for the Redbirds. Key now rotates over, and Jaco back out to Goebel. Zuber Bueller has it. Gives it back to Goebel rather. Now and Jaco down the lane, but it's stripped away, picked off by Rowe. Rowe in transition. 36-19, Cuba City. 3:13 to play in the half. Goebel has it out on the left wing. Backdoor pass for Zuberbuehler. And McCarthy will dribble the ball out of pressure. But then sends an errant pass out of bounds up the court, and that'll be a turnover on the Redbirds. 36-19. Swings it off left side to Krieger. Back to Olsen, top of the key. Now over to Krieger. Bounce pass is picked off by Njeko of Darlington. Passes to McCarthy, top of the key. So Cuba City will have the basketball. Foul charge to McCarthy. And back into the game here for Darlington. It's Ava Hendrickson, number 2. Half gives it off to Rowe, way outside. Now into the corner to Krieger. Back to Rowe, back to Krieger. Zone defense. Three-pointer right side, back iron, no good by Rogers. Rebound taken by Olsen, out of bounds, last touched by Cuba City's Savannah Krieger. So Darlington basketball here. Minute 49 to play in the half. And Evenstad will bring the ball up the floor for the Redbirds. Stops dribble, reach-in foul on Olsen with a minute 32 to play in the first half. 36-19, that's team foul number 8, first on Olsen. So the 1-and-1 bonus continues. First free throw, back iron, no good. Rebound taken by Cuba City. It's Krieger. Outlet to Olsen, it's tied up. And it's a jump ball between Goebel and Olsen. Possession arrow. Goebel will control the point here for the Redbirds. Crosses half court. Dribbles off a screen. And we have a whistle and a foul on Cuba City. This is on Alexis Rundy. And the double bonus will be in effect, but 1-and-1 free throw shooting for Goebel for the time being. First half is good. Nine points for Goebel. A minute 9 to go. First half, 36-20. To Rowe here for the Cubans. Gives it back to Olsen. Rowe will stop and pop a three. Left wing, missed it. Rebound corralled by Savannah Krieger. Offensive board for the Cubans. Krieger, right corner. Ball knocked out of bounds. Njeko applying some good defensive pressure. Knocked that one away. Olsen, top of the key, has it. Bounce pass to Rowe. 3. Side iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Rogers. Back out. Rowe, another 3. Right wing gets it. So Rowe's in. Scoop move and 1. Nice bucket by Sadie Goebel. It was just 5'1". She was driving in amongst the trees, as they say. Puts it up, a little scoop and score. D. Chris checks into the game now for Cuba City. And one more sub into the game off the bench, Allie Ingersoll. 21 seconds left in the half. 39-24, Cuba City. Olsen walks it up. One more possession here for the Cubans. In pressure, or under pressure, gives it off to Ingersoll. 6 seconds, drives baseline right, puts it up, missed it. Rebound, and Njeko, 2 seconds left. Goebel, half quarter at the buzzer, missed it, and that is it for the first half. 39, Peterson Agency in Argyle right after this, here on Extreme 1071, the x1071.com, and also streaming on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
You give 110% at work and in the game. And Keeler Family Dental. They'll help you maintain a beautiful smile, along with daily brushing and flossing for healthy teeth and gums. Call today to schedule your checkup. And if you have any problems with your teeth, make an appointment with Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Are you sick of February 2nd through the 4th? See the new 2022, 23, and 24s, including Salem View, Impression View, and Hemisphere View, all at Mound View. Take advantage of financing available and early bird specials, plus save 20% on most parts and accessories, too. Check out the...
Welcome back. It is halftime here on Extreme 1071, the x1071.com, and also on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. High school girls basketball tonight. See in Argyle, where Brian Peterson specializes in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. Our first half stats coming up in just a moment. We'll also take a look at the Shoebox scoreboard. And we'll take a look at our Queen Bee Radio sports schedule for tonight. We have time of the year, and we'll give you all the deets after this. 39-24, though, our halftime score. Cuba City leading Darlington in girls basketball at the break here on Extreme 1071 and our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Are you looking for a includes free debit card, online and mobile banking, bill pay, and much more at no cost to you? You heard that right. No cost to you. We're your local community bank ready to serve you. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for a new and exciting, fun, and family-oriented work environment with unlimited growth opportunities? Life's too short to work where you're not having fun. Give me a call today at 608-349-2045, and I can tell you firsthand how my career in radio sales has been incredibly rewarding. Go to our social media pages or our websites and click on the
In Game 6.
From the kennel to the coop, whatever the season, Fleet Farm has everything to keep your animals happy and healthy. From training your pup to sit season, and of course, loving your pets like family season. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it. Because we have it all. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
When Mother Nature or bad luck messes up your...
All of the insurance paperwork, so as long as you have the claim started, we can handle the claim after that. We offer loaner cars, and we have a lifetime warranty on all work performed. We try to make the process as painless as possible.
Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota. When you're ready.
In Game 6.
Peterson specializes in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. Halftime score. Cuba City leading Darlington in girls basketball, 39-24. Let's take a look at halftime stats. First for the visiting Redbirds, Sadie Goebel having a great first half, 13 points for her, 5 for Jaden Evenstad, 4 for Lila Darlington with 8 first half turnovers. And now for Cuba City leading the way, Ashley Rowe with 17 first half points. Olivia Olson chips in 15. And then Dee Christ with 4 and Savannah Krieger with 3. We had Cuba City for 5 first half. Queen Bee Radio sports schedule for tonight and the rest of the week on our Queen Bee family of stations. 39-24, Cuba City leading Darlington in Swall Conference girls basketball here on Extreme 1071 and also our Queen Bee Radio sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Heads Up Salon, North Jefferson Street, Lancaster.
24/7, 365. Myers Heating and Cooling is your trusted residential heating and cooling system service provider. Join Myers Comfort Club for peace of mind throughout the year and round the clock. Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Don't worry.
For the entire life of your Dubuque mattress, we will adjust the feel of it. If it feels a little too firm, we'll make it softer. If your mattress feels too soft, we'll make it firmer. We take the "what if I don't like it" out of mattress shopping to give you peace of mind.
Dubuque Game 7.
Halftime from Cuba City. We're at Coach Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Rob Spangler, the Wolf Construction broadcast booth tonight. And Cuba City leads Darlington in girls basketball, 39-24 on the Peterson Agency, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. And on one of our sister stations, we have boys basketball over on Super Hits 106. And also our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. Lancaster is at Prairie du Chien. Right now, Prairie leads at halftime, 29-22 over Lancaster. And we also have high school. 3 of our events tonight can be watched and listened to. Through 7 matches, Lancaster leads River Valley 27-6. We do have a few other shoebox scores at the half. Darlington leading Fenimore in boys basketball, 41-20. See what else we have here. Actually, I think that's all we have right now in Swall girls basketball. We'll be back to wrap up our halftime report and look at our schedule ahead for the rest of the week and into the weekend on our Queen Bee family of stations right after this here on Extreme 107.1 and our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel.
In Game 8.
If you saw sinuplasty, an innovative, non-invasive outpatient procedure now available at Grant Regional Health Center. This treatment can gently and safely widen the sinuses, allow drainage, and provide long-term relief for chronic sufferers. Visit our website, grantregional.com.
The President's Day sale is your gateway to a world of custom comfort with Bullfrog Spas. Dive into savings with up to $1,500 in instant manufacturer rebates and explore special 36-month financing options. Your dream water technology in Platteville and Dubuque before February 19th. Bullfrog Spas. It's not just relaxation, it's relaxation reimagined.
In Game 8.
Peterson Agency halftime report wrapping up. Cuba City leads Darlington girls basketball games. Lancaster at Platteville here on Extreme 107. We've also got Belmont at Shullsburg over on Super Hits 106. And we've got high school wrestling, Mineral Point at Iowa Grand Highland on 97.7 Country. Then Saturday, it is the SWC Wrestling Duel for the rest of this week into the weekend, which, yeah, will be here before you know it, because tomorrow's Friday, TGI Friday. 39-24, that is our halftime score, and we are just about set for second half tip-off. Do want to thank a few more sponsors, though. Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville, called the only Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. Back to action, and we're underway. Cuba City ball, Olivia Olson brings it up for the Cubans, swings it over to Rowe, and now deep into the right corner here to Summer Rogers. Rogers off a screen. Stops her dribble. Back out top of the key to Rowe. Rowe, Redbird basketball. Jaden Evenstad brings the ball up the floor for the Redbirds. Evenstad, a little crossover dribble. Stops on right side now to Zuber Bueller, left wing. Into the corner to Gratz. Goebel, top of the key. Three. Right where she left off. She had 13 in the first half. And we got a foul on Cuba City on the other end. It is Summer Rogers, who was kind of backing into Goebel in the low post and committed the foul. And 17:09 to go second half, and Evenstad brings it up here for the Redbirds. Passes over to Zuber Bueller. Now in the corner to Evenstad. Can I admit I just like saying Zuber? Sadie Goebel, she is on fire. 19 points for her. Back the other way, Rowe misses a layup, and now a foul on Rowe after the missed shot. The rebound was taken by McCarthy underneath. Yeah, I don't often run into a name of a player that makes me smile. Something about it. Can't put my finger on it. It's a very unique name. All right, Darlington basketball, 39-30. Redbirds have clawed back in within 9. They have it after that last foul. Gratz has it top of the key now for the Redbirds. Dribbles right, hands it off to Zuber Bueller. Backouts are defensive board, rather, for Cuba City. And Olivia Olson pushes it up the floor quickly. Kicks to the corner to Rowe. Rowe left corner, dribbles around. Bounce pass out to Rundy. Now gives it to Rogers. Rogers cross court, Evenstad. Evenstad controls the point here for Darlington. Now swings it down to Gratz in the right corner. Gratz baseline right drive, dishes. McCarthy fouled in the low post by Rogers. Against Rogers here in the second half. No fouls against Darlington yet. Timeout taken on the floor by Cuba City. 39-30. Cuba City still leading Darlington, but the Redbirds have clawed their way back into this. 15:34 to go. In the timeout, fnbdarlington.com, or find them on Facebook. First National Bank of Darlington, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Game also brought to you by Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont, Prairie du Chien, and CarriesGuttersandDoors.com. To the free throw line we go. It's Aubrey McCarthy shooting 2 for Darlington. Redbirds trailing 39-30 to Cuba City with 15:34 to go. McCarthy is a 5'7" senior. One more free throw. Second attempt. No good, front of the rim. Rebound taken by Rundy for Cuba City. And Rowe will bring the ball up the floor for the Cubans. Getting in the low block position. Great touch on that little shot. 41-31, Cuba City back by 10. 15:05 to go in the second half. Top of the key, it's Evenstad. Dribbles back in, kicks it back out to Evenstad. Back to Gratz. Long range three, left wing, no good. Whistle. And what do we have here? A foul on the floor on D. Christ. No, okay, well, it's not a shooting foul. I didn't think so. I mean, Gratz had shot a three, but the foul was away from the ball. Anyway, so Darlington will inbound it, and inbounding the ball, it's Gratz in front of the bench. Gets it back now, and she looks. No, it's on Wegman. Another sub back in for Cuba City. That will be Savannah Krieger. Inbounding baseline left, it is Evenstad here for the Redbirds. Gets it in. Gratz now driving the other way. Olivia Olson, what a drive. Scores. Driving down the right side of the lane, beautiful. 43-33, Cuba City. Ball tipped out of bounds on the other end by Krieger. It will stay Darlington. 43-33. Cuba City by 3. Zuber Bueller takes the inbound pass. Passes out top of the key to Evenstad. Now rotates to Gratz. Way out on the right wing. Back out to Evenstad. Gratz drives, and we have a whistle. We got a foul on Cuba. The official talked with somebody right behind him in the fans section. I'm not sure what that was all about. Inbound pass taken, and now Gratz, a long-range three from way out on the right wing, missed it. But Goebel gets it and puts it back, and she misses. Now the rebound goes to Rogers of Cuba City. Still a 10 feet up by Evenstad. Olson dribbles left side, puts it up, missed it. Rebound taken by Gratz. Gratz in transition. Thought about a three. Passes underneath to McCarthy. McCarthy powers it up. No three to go. Second half. Olson shouting out the offense for the Cubans from the top of the key. Pass to a cutting Rogers. Now kicks it out to Goebel. Goebel now drives. Puts up the floater. Missed it. Rebound Olson. Olson has it. Right wing for Cuba City. Underneath, Rogers, post up, turnaround, missed it. Rebound boarded up by McCarthy. 33-35, Cuba City up, 12-13 to go. Second half, Zuber Bueller on the right wing for the Redbirds. Dribbles up top of the key now to Gratz. Gratz drives in, dishes to Evenstad. Back up to Gratz, bounce pass underneath, up and under, and scoring is McCarthy. Pulling back within 6, and an offensive foul called on Olivia Olson. That will be Olson's second personal, team foul number 7, but no free throw shooting because this is a change of possession off the inbound. It is Anasia Nenjeko. She'll give it back to Evenstad. Evenstad almost and does have it stripped away by Olson, but then a timeout taken on the floor by Cuba City's Coach Darby. The Radio Sports YouTube channel. Game brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Bob Hundhausen, your Platteville Edward Jones representative. He salutes our athletes on their hard work. Bob Josh Busher at Bowes Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Also WCC Brands, Custom Apparel in Keeler and Lancaster. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists in Lancaster, a sponsor as well. And People's State Bank. For personal home business nag loans, visit one of the podcast booth which happens to be the stage in the Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Good perch, 43-37. Cuba City leading Darlington in girls basketball. 11:28 to play in the basket of the night for Allie Ingersoll, a three from the corner left. 46-37, Cuba City. 11:26 to play. Darlington back the other way. It is Goebel. Back out to McCarthy, and they call her for a travel. Olsen takes the inbound pass here for the Cubans. Again, 46-37, Cuba City. Olsen off a screen, drives in, little floater, short. Christ, rebound, put back, missed it. Now it's tipped out to McCarthy. McCarthy leads the break for stays with Darlington. Goebel inbounds baseline left for the Redbirds. Gets it in to Gratz, back out to Goebel. Now a little hook pass underneath the E-line. Cuba City by 7, 10:40 to play. Second half. Olsen swings it off left side to Rundy. Now to Christ. Back out to Olsen on the right wing. Passes to Rowe. We have a whistle and a foul. I believe it's Wigman is getting set to check in here for the Cubans. She will come in for Ingersoll. Meanwhile, Evenstad brings the ball up to McCarthy. Now to Goebel. Right side three, good. Sadie Goebel having an outstanding night here for the Redbirds. 46-42. She has Darlington within. Olivia Olsen, right place, right time for that putback. 48-42, Cuba City. Gratz the other way. For the Redbirds, backing. Stops her dribble way outside. Passes underneath, but it's stolen. That's picked off by D. Christ. Cuba City quickly up the floor, Olivia. And now a timeout taken by Coach Solberg. Full timeout. 51-42, Cuba City on top of Darlington in girls basketball. 9:27 to play in the game. Back after this on Extreme 107.1 and our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel.
East Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank,
In four walls. Still can't find anything good on TV? Then head to Mound View RV for their Cabin Fever weekend. February 2nd through the 4th. See the new 2022, 23, and 24s, including Salem View, Impression View, and Hemisphere View, all at Mound View. Take advantage of financing available in early bird specials. 4th at Mound View RV in Belmont.
In game 9.
51-42, Cuba City on top of Darlington. 9:27 to play in the second half. Rob Spangler coming to you from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium at Cuba City. And the Redbirds have the ball on Darlington. Cuba City, so far undefeated in SWAL girls basketball in conference play. Darlington just the one loss to Mineral Point in conference. Kicks to the corner, gets it back. Looking to drive the lane, does, and draws a foul. Foul's on Olsen. That'll be her third, so Olsen, one bonus is in effect. First half, though, no good by Gratz. Back iron. One more free throw. That one's no good. Left side to Wegman, to Christ, out to Olsen. Olsen back top of the key, now to Wegman. Bounce pass to Christ underneath. She's doubled. Back out to Wegman. In the lane, Rundy, runner, got it. 17 to play in the ball game. Gratz drives in, dishes, and Jaku. Passes underneath. McCarthy draws the foul. Missed the shot in close, but she'll shoot two at the line. Foul on one more, and she will foul out. Meanwhile, it's a 10th team foul in the second half, so the double bonus is in effect. First free throw by McCarthy, though, is no good. Christ comes out. In for her, it's Rogers. Summer Rogers. Second free throw, no good either. Darlington really struggling at the free throw line here in the second half. Olsen drives in, little jump step to the rim and one. Beautiful move in the lane, jump step by Olsen, scores and one. And the free throw is good. They finally put the foul up on the scoreboard. It's Maddie Gratz, her second. So three-point play completed by Olsen. They commit an over and back violation as a pass for Goebel gets out of her reach and a turnover on Darlington. You get the feeling Cuba City is starting to take command of this game. Started ASAP. And what a great post-up move by Summer Rogers. Turnaround, low post, left, scores. 57-42, Cuba City. Darlington on the other end. Driving, Evenstad, kicks it out to Goebel. Goebel fouled, reach in foul trouble. That's her fourth. At the free throw line to shoot two, Sadie Goebel. It is not a shooting foul, but the double bonus is in effect. The first one is good. One more coming up. 4. Cuba City, 7:17 to play. Olsen kicks it back out to Rowe. Over the left side to Krieger. We have a whistle of Darlington. That'll be her third. Inbounding baseline here left. It is Krieger for the Cubans. Gets it into Rowe. Rowe driving. Little hook in the lane. Missed it. Put back no good by Rogers. Rebound tied up. Had that one tied up. And once again, Krieger to inbound. Gets it in to Rogers. Stops dribble left side. Back out to Rowe. The Redbirds. 58-44. Cuba City on top, 6:38 to play in the ball game. Gratz just past the free throw line, banks it in. Maddie Gratz for two. That's a minute. It's on Rogers. So Darlington basketball. And looks like we're going to shoot some free throws, actually. Which is why we shoot the free throws. So 2 shots for Maddie Gratz at the free throw line. 4 points for Gratz tonight. First free throw, good. Rattles around and in. Now she has but an offensive rebound for Darlington. Back out to Gratz. Underneath, Zuber-Buehler. She's fouled. She'll shoot 2. Well, Darlington, if they keep getting fouled and stopping the clock, Buehler. First free throw, no good. One more coming up. D. Christ checks back in. Comes in for Rundy here. So Darlington still within striking distance if they can get hot here late. Olsen brings it up, passes it off left side to Krieger. Now to Christ. Out to Rowe. Back to Olsen, top of the key. Back down to Rowe. Gives it back to Krieger. Now to Rogers, to Olsen, Cuba City. Patient on offense here, spreading the ball, looking for a good shot. Off the bounce, and then came back down and in for Olivia Olsen. 61-48, Cuba City, 5:24 to go. Friendly roll off the high bounce. Zuber-Buehler on the other end, passes it off to Gratz. Gratz will stop and pop for 3 and banks that. 61-51, so Darlington still within 10. Rowe, left side, passes down to Christ. Out to Olsen, back to Christ. Double teamed, out to Olsen. Looking to drive left, does. Wants to take it to the hole. She can almost score automatically. Top of the key, head fake on a three by Gratz. Now drives baseline and shot blocked by Christ. Cuba City off and running the other way. A floater by Olsen, missed it. Rebound taken by Even. And we have a couple players coming in now for Darlington here with 4:18 remaining in the ball game. 63-51. Passes off to Krieger. Left wing inside to Christ. Christ back out to Rowe. Doble. And possession arrow favors Darlington. Evenstad gets it to Gratz, and back to Evenstad to bring it up the floor here for the Redbirds. Under 4 minutes to go. There's one from the left side by Evenstad. It's no good to get an offensive rebound. Now Gratz drives in to McCarthy. McCarthy up and under, but she missed it. Christ gets the rebound for Cuba City. Yeah, Darlington can't afford too many misses here in these final 3.5. Rowe back out to Krieger. Gets it back to Rowe, or back to Olsen rather. Olsen passes down to Christ. Krieger drives left, runner, missed it. Summer Rogers. First free throw, in and out, no good. Coming up. No good on that one either. Rogers 0 for 2 at the line. 63-51, Cuba City on top of Darlington. Jaden Evenstad scores 63-53, 10-point game, 2:39 left. Cuba City ball. Rowe has it, left side. Burn clock here. Olsen inside to Christ. Christ off the window, missed it. Rebound taken by Darlington and Joku. And a timeout taken by Coach Solberg here. Stream 107.1 and our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel.
In game 10.
You give 110% at work and in the game. So why not give 110% to get a beautiful, healthy smile? Schedule your routine checkups and any major dental care at Cuba City Family to schedule your checkup. And if you have any problems with your teeth, make an appointment with Cuba City Family Dental and Keeler Family Dental. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
For residential, commercial, or ag building projects, call on Wolf Construction, LLC of Lancaster. Todd Wolf and his crew pride themselves in providing full service for their customers at the highest of quality. Wolf
is presented by Myers Heating and Cooling and Home Comfort Solutions in Lancaster and Wolf Construction of Lancaster. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpbl.com.
In game 10.
2:06. The Swall. Rob Spangler from Cuba City High School. Darlington ball. They'll shoot a three from the corner out of the timeout. And Joku missed it. Rebound is ripped around, and Christ gets it. They call it jump ball, actually, but possession arrow favors Cuba City. Gets it. Well defensed on the play by Evenstad, but Olsen somehow comes away with it. Now to Rowe, back to Olsen. And what do we have? Foul on Evenstad, I believe. Meanwhile, Cuba City will inbound. And Olsen takes it again here for the Cubans. Passes it back to Wegman. Back to Olsen. Pass underneath to Christ. Back out to Wegman, and she's fouled by Goebel with 1:31 left. Get Cuba City to the free throw line. Olsen passes it out to Rowe. Rowe passes off to Wegman. Wegman back to Olsen. I think they do call Gratz for one there. That's team foul number 6. Meanwhile, Zoe Zuberbuehler checks in here for Darlington. She'll come in for Gratz. One more triple teamed, and finally, actually not fouled. A timeout is taken on the floor by Coach Derby, and Cuba City. So we'll keep this killing clock here. We want to thank our sponsors, though. Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Mound City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop. Grant Regional Health Center, their ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, experience the difference. And Russell Law Offices, here to assist you as your local legal representative. Proudly serving southern Wisconsin, that's Russell Law Offices. Cuba City ball out of the timeout, minute 3 left, and instantly a foul as Olivia Olson takes, or actually 1-1 rather. Just the 7th foul on Darlington in the second half as a team. So 1-1 for Olson, first half. No good. Rebound Darlington. Gets it back to Gratz. And Jaco now down the lane, puts it off the window but missed it. Gets her own rebound, back out to Gratz. 39 seconds. Lots of time getting off the clock here. Precious time for Darlington, and we have a whistle and a foul as that'll be her 4th personal. Double bonus has been in effect for a while, so, and Jaco to shoot 2 and hits the first one. One more. That one, no. And we have a whistle, and now the officials are discussing. Sounded like somebody was trying to call timeout, but the officials did not grant it. Now the officials talking to both coaches here. So no foul and no timeout was called, and maybe just an inadvertent whistle is what. Eliza Johnson of Darlington. Inbound goes to Olson. Olson gets it out to Wegman, up ahead to Rowe. Rowe weaving through traffic, draws a foul with 21.9 seconds left. Second personal. And Rowe is at the line to shoot 1-1 again. Hits the first one. 64-50 is that one. Rebound, Gratz of Darlington. 18 seconds left. Gratz takes it down the lane, puts it up, scores. Timeout taken with 12 seconds left. 8 to somehow, some way devise a way to pull off an upset, but time not on his side. Our game brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. Community First Bank, first for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, CFBank. We'll have our shoebox scoreboard on the post-game show, the Culver's Cool Down post-game show coming up in a moment. Clare Bank, they have 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting the area's high school sports teams. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. And looking, gets it into Olson. She's fouled by Evenstad with 11.5 left. Oaks back in here for the Redbirds. First free throw is good by Olson. 11.5 seconds left. 66-56, back to a 10-point game. Darlington up the floor. Gratz puts it up, scores. With 2 seconds left, they will inbound, and that's it. Your final score going to be 66-58. Cuba City over Darlington and SW Sports YouTube channel.
Post game 3 minutes.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps.
It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We of leaders build new friendships and solve problems, turning great ideas into reality. Take action with us. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
Dan Hicks with Paul Azinger welcoming son could be increasing her risk to melanoma.
It looks like she's making a change.
Now let's see what she takes out.
Oh, wow. It looks like she's pulling out a 15.
I don't know. It looks like she's going with a 30.
Strong choice.
Incredible.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce.
From somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family at teach.org.
With love I will build a wonderful thing that makes this life better for you and for me.
Changing medical care helps them do the things they've always dreamed of. To find out more, go to loveshriners.org.
Officers take an oath to serve and protect the community, but we need your help too in keeping friends and families safe. I'm Lancaster. Remind you to be alert for these types of calls. Prevent a crime by keeping your personal information private and hanging up on scammers. Also, if you've been a victim of a scam call, contact your local authorities.
This public service announcement courtesy of Queen Bee Radio.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Times have changed since Mom.
This is a Butterburger. Fresh beef, never frozen, seared to perfection, topped with real Wisconsin cheese on a lightly buttered bun. Butterburger, Butterburger.
Hungry? Stop in for one today.
It's time for the Culver's Cool Down Post.
Cool Down post-game show brought to you by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, and Platteville. Final score tonight, 66-58. Cuba City knocks off Darlington in SWAL Conference Girls Basketball. The Cubans improved to 12-4, 8-2 now in SWAL Conference play. Let's take a look at the numbers. First for the visiting Redbirds, leading the way, Sadie Goebel. What a game. 24 points for her, 13 of those in the first half. 12 rather for Maddie Gratz. 3 for Najia Najeko, and then 1 for Zoe Zuberbuehler. Unofficially had Darlington for for Cuba City. They were led by Olivia Olson. Their star point guard had 27 tonight. What a game. 18 from Ashley Rowe. Also, they had Allie Ingersoll, Emily Wegman, and then 2 apiece for Summer Rogers and Alexis Rundy. And that rounds out scoring for Cuba City. Again, leading the way, Olivia Olson with 27. And for Darlington, Sadie Goebel. Stats, we'll take another timeout. Be back with the Tricor turning point of the game. And also, we'll have some scores on the Shoebox scoreboard all coming up. Our final score, 66-58. Cuba City defeats Darlington in girls basketball here on.
All of us have a role to play in promoting a mental health friendly workplace.
So what can I do to help?
As a CEO, I can set the tone for a supportive culture.
As a manager, I can offer assistance and accommodations.
As a coworker, I can be a source of support.
As someone with a mental health, we all benefit from workplaces that promote good mental health.
Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
Post game, 2 minutes.
Time to wrap up the Culver's Cool Down post-game show, brought to you by Culver's in Dubuque, Platteville, and thanks for joining us. Before we take a look at our turning point, let's check out some other final scores that we have on our Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Lancaster defeats River Valley in wrestling tonight. Lancaster tonight, that was over on Super Hits 106. 58-41 was the final there, Prairie over Lancaster. Our final again, 66-58, Cuba City knocks off Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And I'm trying to put my finger on a turning point in this game. I mean, it was a pretty big lead at half. Well, I would say special. It is Cuba City's Coach Jason Darby. How you doing, Coach?
Good.
Well,
fun game of basketball.
Yeah, congratulations tonight. So you guys get the dub. Darlington, though, you knew they were going to probably make a run in the second half. They did. Goebel got really hot, obviously, knocked down some big shots. But you guys weathered that storm and then just kind of rode it out down the stretch. Talk about the win.
Yeah, I mean, Darlington's a great program. They're really well coached, so it's not surprising they had a good game plan. And we were off on our back foot all night defensively, and really never really felt like we got on balance defensively, and that's a credit to them. So the girls battled, and we expected a good game, and we got a good game, and happy with how our girls held their composure and really played the full 36 minutes because we needed it.
Yeah, you did, and down the stretch, the thing that maybe impressed me the most, and I haven't really named a turning point of the game yet, so I've been kind of thinking about what that might be, but I really was impressed with, when it was obvious in the late stages in the final minute, and actually even down to the final 30 seconds or so, how you guys were able to, not only inbound the ball, obviously, go-to person was Olsen, not surprisingly, but she was able to hand it under heavy duress. Evenstad was right on her. There were usually multiple other defenders right on her. She was still able to get the ball. You didn't turn it over in those scenarios. That's pretty impressive to me, even though it doesn't really show up on a stat sheet per se. You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, Jaden Evenstad is just an excellent defender, and we knew that coming in, and she showed it yet again tonight. So that makes things tough. But I think one of the things we're really fortunate on is if you spend too much attention on Olivia, we have two other just really, really comfortable guards in Ashley Rowe and Emily Wigman. And to be able to, those are the top guards at almost any place, any high school around. And to have them as our other two guards to be out there is just so fortunate, and it makes things so much tougher for opposing defenses. Because even when Olivia gets it, part of that is because, you can't give too much attention to her because Ashley or Emily will go knock down free throws too. So, the girls battled hard. Darlington showed us some things we need to work on because Darlington's a great program. So we'll have to go work on those things.
Yeah, this is a big win. What's next for you guys?
We come right back tomorrow against Iowa Grant, so another conference one. We had a reschedule earlier in the week, so we're going to be playing quite a bit of basketball these next few days, which a few less practices, but the girls probably don't mind that.
They usually like to play, right?
That's right.
I know how kids are. They just want to play the game. I mean, they have to practice, but they just want to get out there and play. Well, again, congratulations, Coach, on the victory, and we'll see you down the line.
All right. Well, thank you for the coverage.
You bet. Jason Darby joining us on the post-game show. It's our Culver's Cool Down post-game show here on Extreme 107.1 and also our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. And it is time to name our Tricor turning point of the game, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. And I think I've talked myself into it. I was really thinking about what are we going to do for turning point. And I just think the way Cuba City was able to handle that pressure from Darlington, full court press, and Darlington was able to basically not turn it over, inbound the ball, hit free throws. They weren't perfect at the free throw line, but they did hit enough free throws and hang on to that lead. I mean, to me, that's the turning point. They win by 8 points, which, you look at that and you go, well, a bit of a tight game, and it was, and that's a credit to Darlington for coming back, because it was a double-digit lead with around 6 minutes and change left in the ball game, and they cut it, and ended up finishing under 10 points, an 8-point win for Cuba City. But I just think the way Cuba City handled that intense pressure in the final, basically final 60 seconds of the game, very impressive to me. That's the turning point of the game, and that's what makes Cuba City such a good team. They can handle intense pressure in late stages and not turn the ball over and force other teams to foul them. So that's our turning point. It's brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. All right, our final one last time. Cuba City defeats Darlington 66-58 in girls basketball. The Cubans now 12-4, 8-0 in Swall, and Darlington falls to 12-5 and 6-2 in conference play. Tomorrow night, a quick look at the schedule. We have 2 girls basketball games. Lancaster at Platteville here on Extreme 107.1, a 7 o'clock tip. Belmont at Schulzburg. I'll have that game over on Super Hits 106. And then we've got wrestling, Mineral Point at Iowa Grant Highland. Should be a great match over on 97.7 Country. And don't forget, Saturday, the SWC Conference Duels in Lancaster starting at 9 a.m. on 97.7 Country on Saturday. So tune in to wall-to-wall wrestling action on Saturday. That'll do it for me from Coach Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. I'm Rob Spangler here on Extreme 107.1 WPVL FM Platteville and also our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. You have a great rest of your night.